And even my family, it puzzled them and said, "Oh, you're so sure that you're going to get better?" But something within me was giving me that drive. And my family was there for me. I had good friends around me as well. And I must give God thanks for the way they cared for me and, reached out to me and helped to nurse me back. And yes, the 1st of January, I was back at work. I was on crutch, but I was back at work. And, when the enemy tries to rob you with anything, God always sets you up. I was new to the petroleum industry, and I was a supervisor then. And even if I came back to work on crutches in January, and I still had to learn basically all over again, not really understanding, the technicalities of the job. My superiors at the time, they were so impressed with the work that I did that in 1 month, the 1st February, I was promoted to station manager.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So when the enemy tried to rob you, God always bring you back big time.
Tell us about... Go ahead.
Something that's very valid. The enemy tried to kill me again while I was in hospital, but it was wrong timing again. Because I did surgery, let's say I did surgery on the Tuesday, I don't remember the exact day, but just for sake of conversation, let's say I did the surgery on Tuesday. On Wednesday, round about the same time when I would have been in theater, that same theater room caught fire. And God would not have it otherwise, because somebody came and wanted to me to testify that I have to come and tell you this, one of the porters. The same room that you were in just catch fire. We don't know what happened, but some way, somehow, the theater just catch fire just like that. Can you imagine if that was the day when I was in theater? I just have to give God thanks. And the devil cannot take you out when it's not your time.
Wow. Wow. You founded Blessings and Honor Ministries. That's after the accident, still settling in work, and then God would have called you out of that. What was the experience like? How did you respond to, God pulling you out of the career that you had built and pulling you into ministry?
I was at home sometime in latter 2013, 2014, and the Lord himself visited me, and, he was letting me know that my time has come and he's ready for me. And the power of God was so rich in my home. I was sitting watching TV, and the power of God, his presence was so strong that all I could do was to fall on my knees, same place where I was, and bow and said, "Yes, Lord, I will do your will." And over the period, as time went on, the impression got stronger and stronger and stronger. And then my zeal for my job began to deteriorate. And I'm saying, boy, it's getting serious. God really want me. How am I going to do this? How am I going to survive? I tried to put things in place, so that when I resign, I would have something to be able to take care of me. But it would not happen. Every time I tried, it just would not work. But the Lord told me certain things in visions that I tell you that everything that he showed me manifests up to the last day on the job, the last minute of being on the job. So yes, I met with my employer and I spoke with them about the call, and that way, I couldn't stay on anymore. We need patients, and we were able to settle amicably. And I sent the call, my resignation took effect on May 2016. No clear-cut direction. All I know is that Lord called me and had a work for me to do in ministry. I am in history. Nobody knows me personally, but I know that God has spoken to me, and he came and visited me, and he has been speaking to me. And if God is speaking to you, then he will tell you where you are supposed to go. it is not by might, it's not by power, but it's by His Spirit. And so, in the fullness of time, I really to take where you want me to go. In my mind, I thought that that would just be teaching and probably working alongside another minister of the gospel, another man or woman of God, to preach the gospel. But as time went on, I realized that this is more than what I thought. He spoke to me. I was in another matter of fact, he woke me up one morning, and it, he told me to turn the radio on, and when I turned the radio on, Asian songs were playing blessings and honor, and he said to me, "That is the name of your ministry." Right from my lifetime, never I read the big words. I thought blessings and honor, blessings, and that is I would greet my friends, my brethren in Christ. That is I would greet them. I did not know that eventually that would have been the name of a ministry that would be, handed to me by God. Hello?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing. Wow, amazing. How has ministry been, though? How have you been able to navigate through that? And what are some of the rewards that you're seeing in ministry?
It has been a step-by-step job. I've been engaged in children outreach. I used to visit the high school to have devotions once per month. I go to the children's home. I do charity aspect in terms of giving stuff to children's home, to the CDA. I visit the sick. I pray for them. I do counseling and prayer with a lot of people. And, I want to tell you how, in terms of where I am now, in terms of with the building. I was at home in April, on April 13th, on Saturday morning, and said, "This is the day that you will be on the road and you're going to be speaking somewhere to start your ministry." He said, "When you go, you are going to see a man on a shop front." The community that I'm living at the time was very new to me, not really familiar with the ins and the outs, but the Lord said to me that Saturday morning that I should go on the road to look somewhere to start my ministry. I was obedient, even though I didn't know where I was going. I got in my car and I drove down the road, and I was journeying up the road, but something in my spirit said, this is not where God is talking. I turned back. I made a left. I said, no, this place don't look like where God is talking, But anyway, I continued to drive. I said, no, this is not where God is talking. I saw somebody, I asked him where I was. He told me where I was, and I left. I said, "God, you spoke to me and you told me that I should come on the road today to look somewhere to start my ministry. I don't know where I'm to go, but I know that if you told me I should come today, it has to be today. It could not be tomorrow." But I said, "God, I don't know where else to go, so I'm going home." So I stopped at a shop, and I was talking with some men that's there, talking to them about ministry, telling them my intentions and asking them if they know anywhere in the community that I could, get to lease or to rent to start this ministry. They told me about a location that they saw a sign, and I left. But in my mind, I had no intention to go and seek out that which they had just told me about. But when God says no, it is no. When I came out of that store and I looked at the tire, it was almost flat. I said, "But what is this? This is not how I left my home with my tire almost flat." So, it forced me to go in the direction that the men just told me about. So I went to the tire shop, I got some air.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was heading back in my vehicle, I said, "Oh, the place that the gentlemen were just telling me about is just around the corner. Let me go and see where they are talking." Now, when I drove down, there was a sign erected with the phone number. I saw 6 digits, but the 7th one, I just could not
Make
You
it
know,
out,
it
yeah.
was just not clear. Yes. I said, my God, and how I can see 6 numbers and I can't see the other one. So anyway, I drove across the road, stopped exactly at the sign, and I just could not view the number, one of the digits. So I had to come out of my car. And I was even, saying, my God, what is this? Anyway, when I stepped out of my car, I stepped to the back of it and I was trying to figure out what is this number. There comes the man off the shop front.
Wow.
And he said to me, I have been watching you from you were across the road. I said, yes, but I cannot see one of these numbers. He said, you're interested in this place, miss? I said, yes, I am. He said, all right, forget about that number. I'm going to tell you exactly where you can find these people. Today is a good day for you to go. I see that you're turning in the opposite direction, but I would encourage you to go straight where I'm sending you now. Don't go the direction. Go and seek out these people. So he told me where I should find the owner for the property, and hastily I went. When I went, well, they weren't there, but I left my particulars. And in half an hour or so, I received a call from the lady about the property, And when I explained to her, she was, so happy. She said, my God, my husband is going to be so happy to hear that a church has interest in this property. It's a long time he wants a church there,
Wow. Wow.
It's a long time he wants a church there.
So you see the hand of God providentially just working in so many different areas.
Just working in me step by step. And what I'm telling you, it takes a lot of patience. Because we are socialized to understand that you have an idea and immediately you execute.
Yeah.
But in God's way, when it comes to God, it is not that way. There are certain things that you have to learn. So as children of God, when we write, we have to understand that even though God told you something, it may not happen 1 day, 2 days, but don't give up on that dream. Stay focused and learn each lesson and the process that you're in. There are things there for you to learn. Your character needs to be built to take you to where you are going, and that is the journey that I am on. I've been at since 2016. I am also a different person. The person, if you met me in 2016 and the person I am now in 2021, I'm a different person. I have learned so much that I cannot take any credit for God. For what God is doing, I should say. I cannot take any credit. It's all about God.
We have to wrap up. We have to wrap up. I want to ask you a few quick questions. One, do you have a favorite scripture?
Yes, I have so many favorite scriptures. Psalm 1, Psalm 23, and Romans 8, verses 35 to the end.
All right. Do you have a favorite dish or meal?
Favorite dish? That would be, boy, I love food, Yeah. Boy, that would be, I don't even know. Oxtail. I love a good oxtail meal, yes.
All right.
But that's so expensive now, so you have to take that out. Roasted fruit and ackee and saltfish.
All right. Cool. Do you have a favorite color?
Yes, green.
Green. What about green is pleasant to you?
Prosperity, hope.
Verdance. Verdance.
Yeah. Very nice.
Verdance. That's it. It's a word connected to all of that you just mentioned. All right. Okay. Great. Thank you so much for joining us behind the pulpit. Powerful testimony. Your story can go in the evidence, not just behind the pulpit. The evidence, the testimonies of healing, of protection. Because 2 trucks, and you're still alive, and you're still walking, and you're still driving.
Yes, and if I don't tell people that I have an accident, they sometimes they don't know.
No, sir. When I heard you say you got out the car to look on the number, I said, was she still a drive?
Yeah, but I'm still
yeah, but that's what I said to myself. She's still a drive. But that is.
When I came back to work on the 1st of January, I came back driving. Yes.
Lord of mercy. Wow.
He anointed me with.
Yeah. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining Thank you for sharing, and keep on doing what you're doing, being that light in the parish of St. James, Montego Bay to be exact, and continue growing. Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me. God bless you. God bless the listeners.
Yeah, man, take care.
Thank you.